Hello everyone, this is it, this is the start, this is End Simulator, the 2026 AQA Computer Science A-level skeleton code. Finally, I'm sorry it took so long to get it right, but I'm just getting it out by your study leave. Many thanks to all of you that sending messages and emails saying this is useful, because that really is the way I do it, and I'm really glad that I've got some engagement, even if this is viewership, as far as kind of YouTube goes, that I lose after that, yeah. Unless they're interested in modular synths or AI in education. But thank you so much for thing. In fact, last year, little story, I couldn't find the thing, but a couple of lads sent me some thank you videos of the very sort of, sixth former, the tie undone, hey, Mr. Brad, and a video of one of them downing a Guin egg, which is like you beat an egg into a pint of Guinness, which is as enticing as it sounds. I'm just trying a bit nauseating to talk about it. But yeah, well done to those lads. So I hope they did well on results there. But without further ado, thank you so much for the, let's get started. This is Ant Simulator. Ant Simulator, in which we simulate ants. So it's not a game, it is sort of a model, a program. They had like food delivery one. There was also, as this is already the Z1 task. Yeah, I got Gemini to do a UML diagram, but I'm not going to trust that much. We have one from Zigzag. This is actually very helpful. Notice this is bound to go. We'll have a look at the electronic answer documents, but this is composition, meaning that you instantiate this object when inside this one. So the moment this one stops running, it gets dereferenced and the child, right, the kind of minor part of the composition disappears. Ditto all of this stuff. And then there's some really cool inheritance in that ent and queens. And where's entity? Oh, is this one? Yeah. And this is this type of arrow. This is inheritance. So queen and worker ent inherit ent. And all of ent, pheromone, whatever that can go onto a cell, even the cell itself, weirdly, is an entity because it needs to live at a particular coordinate. We get ID row column, so that way the cell only has to store the food, because everything that's entity is not getting a good name, but it's like an element on the grid. What else? Okay, the code itself, are we ready? It's not pretty. I mean, it's AQA, right? But like what I liked about, I don't know if it was like the previous years, I think it must be boilerplate from every year, right? But yeah, they go da-da-da, information, the finger on this. So yeah, we've got the video in Zigzag. I mean, Zigzag may not have some half bad. Not helpful. Yeah, I mean, this. They show you the types of. No, this is not the one I'm looking at. The actual preliminary material. So different types of ant, queen ants in the nest. There's like a percentage chance that the egg will be a queen. Different types of simulations, so they're the same size, but they have different things on them. Then you get larger ones, 3 and 4. It's all about the food and the units stuff, but it's pretty clever, right? So like the first ants will kind of like work a random pattern until they find some food, and then they start laying pheromone. This is exactly the idea I had for my like ant, which is still in my repo, unfinished. I wanted to do this in Pygame or processing. I mean, yeah, this is fun. I like this kind of modeling, making models is really, really quite fun. I should do a video. I've got a really good neighboring. Anyway, that's not the point here. What I like here is that this bit in the in the PDF saying, well, okay, we don't. Yeah, that's the point, right? They're not making a perfect piece of software, and so let's have let's launch the original. I mean, we have to always have. This is very helpful on the side, and you can use the collapses as well. That's your main display menu, fairly straightforward. Some helper functions really. The whole simulation class that has a bunch of methods. There's the entity class, there's a cell class. The nest is an entity because it has a location. It's here. So the advance of the stage that happens in the simulation but needs to be called in the nest. There's a whole bunch of things happening. It's kind of quite, I mean, it's not trivial. I think 500 lines of kind of high 400s number of lines in Python seems legit. I can't remember. I mean, I should look up. I don't have the time. I could open the last year's, but you can tell me what is this. So Bit complicated, right? But the important thing is that your simulation keeps track of the what was my init? Yeah, so it takes all of those parameters, and what's really important is get those private variables, attributes that are lists that will keep track. So the way objects exist, right? Kind of like all of those things when they're instantiated. Where's my UML? When those classes are instantiated, the aunts live in a list. Man, aunts, yeah, aunt. Grid is a list of cells, and we also have a list of pheromones. Is there no list? Is there probably a list of food? So those objects have to be instantiated. You know, they live on the grid conceptually, but it's not like there's an actual 2D array where each, kind of you would use the coordinates in this array to do this. Although there is a grid, there's a list of cell already, and this is why it's kind of rendered kind of annoyingly. Yeah, when we run the code, this is going to be fun. This is quite annoying because like the underlying the model is quite interesting, and if that's what rendered as an actual 2D grid, it would be really cool because you'd be able to see the ants move. Maybe that's like question 16. Maybe that's like the 16 marker. That feels like a lot of work, to be fair, but I don't think that's going to be an actual question. But okay, one of the big ones is nice, 3. The overall details. So this is so annoying, right? This is a 2D data structure. This is a 10 by 10 grid, but coordinate by coordinate, one indexed as well. So you'd see a lot of range 1, something, something, +1 to make it all work. This is the first row from, this, no, wait, 1, 1, X, Y. No, this is the first column, right? Yeah, is it the first column? Yeah, it reads that. One. I mean, you could mirror it, but like whatever. This is kind of like the first, let's say, column, and then the second one, and then the third one. There's some food there, so we don't really know. This is actually kind of a 10 by 10, I would say, chessboard. So checkers are played. Soldiers played on 10 by 10 grid. So if we advance one stage, and maybe a couple more, and then has to have a look at it, then we'll see that ants have started moving. This one's back. I think like there's already a bit of, I don't know, it looks linear, right? But that could be anywhere else. Anyway, there's some movements, and ants have been now outside of the nest. And so they're kept tracked as a list of ants. I think that's all. I don't know if that's all there is to say about it, but like at a high level, it's this. The idiosyncrasies, the very specific one, like, oh, this one takes this parameters, this is engineered like that. This is stuff that kind of I discovered doing the tasks, and I'm recording this, I've only done a couple. So maybe there'll be an update on structure of the code, but there was also kind of to say, hi, we're doing this, and thank you very much to all.